Hello, good evening. It's Dr. Chudi Ufundu of Snowspirations. Good evening. This is Dr. Chudi Ufundu of Snowspirations, Global Health Solutions. Today is a very good day, wonderful for so many reasons. Please, if today is the first day of joining my YouTube late evening broadcast, thank you so much. Very quickly, we're going to talk about 10 different factors that can kill the sperm. 10 different factors which men are constantly exposed to that can kill the sperm. Remembering that your sperm, it's very important in starting your family. So for you to be a father, you are actually the person that will determine how soon you can start your family. So I love my teaching model, and I'm going to use it to demonstrate very quickly before I delve into the 10 different factors. For you to get your partner pregnant, we need the sperm. Your sperm, it's not visible to the eyes. You can only see the sperm with the aid of a microscope. Now, what is visible at the peak of sexual intercourse is the semen. So for you to get your partner pregnant, you have to have quality sperm. So what makes a sperm quality? It has to be enough in count. So there's a particular number of count we expect you to have that possibility of becoming a father. Besides that, we also want the sperm to be forward moving. So the sperm should have the opportunity of swimming forward, because when it's deposited in the vagina, it has to go through the cervix, then it has to get to the womb before it starts going to the tubes. So the sperm must be forward moving, not backward moving. Now, I know some people are worried about, escape of semen shortly after sex and all those that. It doesn't affect your ability to become pregnant. Now, it's important to understand this because these are the rudiments. So when the sperm comes in here, the sperm will, fraternize with the egg. So this is the ovary. So let's actually use this. So this is the cross section of the ovary. So you can see the eggs. So these eggs will be released through the process of ovulation to enter through the side of the tube and wait in a special place where the sperm will meet it. Now, the factors I'm going to mention are things which you can actually be conversant with and you can control them. And in controlling them, you can be able to enable yourself to become a father. Every young man in his reproductive age is a father. So every desiring father can become, but you need to know what you need to do to become. So without wasting much time, I'm going to start with the factors which can play a role in your ability to have good outcomes. So what's the number one sperm killer? Smoking. Now, when we talk about smoking, you can be a smoker through different means. So you can be an active primary smoker. So if you light a cigarette and you actually put it in your mouth and you smoke, you are primarily smoking. Or you can also be a secondary smoker if you hang around a place people are smoking. So if your friends are smoking and you are around them, you are inadvertently smoking. So either you avoid smoking directly or you avoid the company of people that smoke. When you smoke or when you get exposed to smoke, it can damage the DNA of the sperm. You see, for a sperm to be of good quality, we have to have a lot of percentages in good health. So your sperm needs to have a head, a middle piece, and a tail. So we discovered that over time, men that smoke can actually damage their sperm. So smoking, it's very, very toxic. Smoking will release a lot of what we call free radicals, which can go and attack the sperm. When it attacks the sperm, it's going to lead to what we call oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is going to damage the DNA of the sperm. So when it damages the DNA of the sperm, you're not going to be able to be a father. And smoking is something we can control. So number one factor is what? Smoking. Now, number two factor by default is something that is also related to smoking. So most people that smoke also drink alcohol. Now, alcohol to some extent, from medical research, there are a couple of studies that come out and say, oh, alcohol is useful in these regards, is useful in that regards. But by and by, consumption of alcohol on a higher level can also affect the quality of your sperm. So alcohol is also a sperm killer. Now, my brother, we are talking about your family, which is very important. And there are some modifications you can make in your life to sustain your family, to start your family. Look, growing up, we tried all those stuff. We tried smoking, we tried drinking alcohol, but we are now becoming responsible. We are now thinking of bringing forth our own generation. So smoking, it's a no-no. Alcohol is also a no-no. Now, please, if you are having problems starting your family, I will personally advise you to completely stop alcohol. You can always party when the kids are here. But please, when you consume a lot of alcohol and you combine it with smoking, you are further making it difficult for yourself. So there are some men that have low sperm count, which we call oligospermia, or even complete absence of sperm, which we call azoospermia. Then on top, they are smoking, they are drinking. When you do that, you are further making it worse. So if you are having male factor infertility, I will personally advise you to do what? To stop alcohol completely. Number three of sperm killers, recreational drugs. In this era of, modern technology, social media, communication, making it very easy. There are so many recreational drugs out there. There are so many street drugs out there. When you're taking it, you will feel good, but over time, it can damage your chance of becoming a father. Number one, weed, marijuana. It's deadly. And a couple of other things out there. Some men also use steroids. So there are so many street drugs you do out there because of peer pressure, because of, wanting to feel somehow or whatever it is. Any recreational drug out there, any street drug out there can directly and indirectly kill your sperm. Now be careful. Sometimes your prescription drugs, which your doctors will give you, if you don't use it exactly the way you're supposed to use it, can indirectly lead to buildup of toxins in your body, and it can also stop you from becoming a father. So please remember that when you abuse your paracetamol, when you're taking your paracetamol beyond the recommended range, or when you're taking your painkillers beyond the recommended range, you are now taking poisons. Drugs must be regulated. So self-medication is a no-no. The only drug that men can take without prescription is what? Your multivitamins. That's the only allowable drug you can take. If you have any complaint, please go see your doctor. So number one, smoking. Number two, alcohol. Number three, recreational drugs. And I gave an example of using marijuana and steroids and a couple of other ones out there. Number four, this one is also prevalent now. Matter of fact, is a pandemic. Excessive body weight. Excessive body weight, especially if you're adding body weight around your torso area and around your tummy area. That's the worst place to have excessive body weight. Now, if you used to have six packs and suddenly, because of your lifestyle, you drink a lot, you don't exercise, you eat a lot of nkwobi, you eat a lot of all those delicious food, but you don't burn the fats, you will start accumulating fats around this place we call the visceral organs. So all the important organs in the body that will help you to function properly as an individual, it's all located in the trunks. Your lungs, your heart, your liver, your spleen, your intestines, they are all located on the areas you add excessive body fats. Now, when you are adding excessive body weight, what's going to happen? It will affect the normal function of your male reproductive hormones. Your testosterone is going to be affected. Your estrogen level is going to be affected. and before you know, you will switch from having the function of a man to having the function of a woman. So you will have more level of estrogen in your body, and when you have more levels of estrogen in your body, you're going to have problems. Some men can start developing breast, which we call gynecomastia. Now, you don't have any business doing that. Now, some men can have that predisposition naturally, especially when they're adding body weight. But when you're developing gynecomastia, that might be an indication that your estrogen level is high. And when your estrogen level is high, then it's going to affect your reproductive ability. So excessive body weight, you have to make sure you are controlling your body, because when your body weight is not within the normal range, your hormones are going to be affected. When your hormones are affected, you're not going to function properly. So pay attention to your body weight. Be conversant with your body mass index. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the effect of body mass index and your fertility. Body mass index simply means using your weight and your height to calculate your body mass index. It's going to tell you if you're underweight, if you're normal weight, if you're overweight, or if you're obese. If you are not within the normal range, it's going to affect your ability to perform exactly how God planned you to be. Now, next on the list, number 5, is bad diet. When you go about eating highly processed foods, you are limiting yourself from performing the roles that God gave you. And bad diet, highly processed diet, all those fried things, all those takeaways, they can affect your sperm production. They can affect the quality of the sperm you have. So what have you noticed? Everything I mentioned can happen in one go. You can smoke, you can take alcohol, you can use recreational drugs, you can let yourself to be carefree, you might not watch your body weight, then you eat a lot of food, which you don't need. A man ordinarily should concentrate on 2 different types of food condiments: your fruits and vegetables. Your fruits and vegetables will help you to increase the level of a couple of important elements which your spermatogenesis process will use, especially zinc. Not zinc you use in roofing. Zinc is an element that will help you to perform proper role as a man. So watch what you eat. Drink a lot of water. Drop your alcohol. Avoid smoking. Avoid recreational drugs. Watch your body weight. Don't drink alcohol completely. Look, I'm personally telling you this based on what I know. You can suspend this. You can do better. Now, the other thing that can lead to issues with your sperm is what we call undescended testes. Undescended testes. So, in development of the male boy, of the male child, the testes, which is actually where everything happens in the body of a boy, develops from the abdomen. So the embryology, that's the development in medical practice, is called embryology. The testes develop in the abdomen, then they descend as the boy is developing, they descend into the scrotum. Now, unfortunately, in some boys, instead of the testes to develop, to descend properly and go to the scrotum, they will be arrested somewhere along that abdominal plane. When that happens, the poor boy can have undescended testes. When your testes is not in the right place, it can affect the ability of the penis, the ability of the male reproductive system to perform its role. Now, pay attention to your boys as early as possible, especially the mothers. When you're bathing your boys, make sure you can palpate the 2 balls, the 2 testicles. Make sure the scrotum contains 2 balls, 2 testicles. And also, as an adult, make sure you pay attention to the size of your testicles. One of the areas that can manifest if a man is having problems with production of the right hormones and what we call spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the process of producing the sperm. When you notice that the size of your testicles is reducing, that's a dangerous sign. We need to book an appointment. You need to see a urologist. We need to run all the hormone panel. We need to make sure that everything is good. When the size of your testicles is shrinking, is an indication that something is going on, and it can affect your ability to become a father. Number 7, trauma. The powerhouse in a man, it's in the testicles. So any trauma whatsoever in your groin area, if it's severe trauma, can affect your ability to produce sperm. So avoid any form of trauma around your groin. If you engage in contact sports, make sure you protect your groin when you're engaging in any contact sports. Any severe injury in the groin area can damage the penis, can damage the scrotum, can damage the testicles, and can affect your ability to become a father. So be careful. Once anything happens to that part of your body, you can be the richest person, you can be the most handsome man out there. If you fail in your civic duty of getting your woman pregnant, then you're going to have a problem. Number 8, there are exposures to chemicals in our immediate environment. So there are so many harmful chemicals about our neighborhood, in your bedroom, in your toilet, in your kitchen, in your workplace. These chemicals can affect the natural function of your body. Some men can be exposed to artificial hormones, artificial estrogen. There are a couple of things we consume in our food which can be injurious, and some of them can also be carcinogenics. Carcinogenics are cancer-causing substances in our environment. So exposure to chemicals, very important. Be mindful what you stock in your home. Be mindful where you work. Some people work in chemical industry. Some people work in places that are exposed to a couple of things in the environment. Be very, very careful. When you are working in a hazardous place, make sure you follow due process to protect yourself. Number 9, your age. Now, for an average man, if you're in good health, you can father a child up to the hundreds. You can father a child up to the 90. But guess what? As you are aging, your spermatogenesis, which is the process of producing sperm, is gradually dwindling. So in as much as you can still father a child, age plays a big factor in your sperm production. So expectedly, the quantity and quality of sperm you will produce when you're older is not going to be the same you will produce when you're younger. So the best time to start your family is when you're younger, because you've been exposed to so many things. You've taken in a lot of things. You've tried your hands on so many things, which can affect your health on the long run. And the possibility that the older you get, the more you have so many chronic health conditions. You might have diabetes, you might have hypertension, you might have cholesterol problems, and you might be taking a lot of drugs, which can affect the original function of your male reproductive system. So age is a factor nobody can change. Now, finally, hormonal problems. So anytime any of your hormones, especially the key male hormones, which will help you to perform your role. And top on the list is what? Testosterone. Testosterone is the masculine hormone. It's the hormone that kicks you. It's the hormone that makes men to be very, very gregarious, to just be all over the place. It's the hormone that puts you in the mood to see your partner and you want to make love to her. Now, when your testosterone level is low, you have a problem. You will not even achieve erection. Now, some men can have erectile dysfunction. Some men can have premature ejaculation. And some men can have so many other problems with their whole reproductive pathway. If the hormonal pathway that enables you to perform your role as a man is compromised, you're going to have problems. So if your testosterone level is low, you call it low T. There are a couple of things you can do. Guess what? Indirectly, you don't even need to take any drugs. If you can exercise, if you can eat good food, if you can avoid smoke, if you can avoid alcohol, guess what? You can regain your vitality. You can build up your testosterone without taking any drugs. So any man out there struggling in the department of starting their family, and they told you you have hormonal problems, please don't immediately jump into taking any hormone replacement therapy. Because guess what? For any artificial hormone you're putting in your body, you're going to pay for it. So there are things we call side effects and adverse effects. So try as much as possible to avoid taking in any external thing into your body. If you can observe this, then you're on your way to becoming a father. So just to summarize, smoking, number 1, avoid it completely. Alcohol, avoid it completely. Recreational drugs, watch your body weight, watch what you eat. Then naturally, if you have undescended testes, we need to dictate that on time and correct that. Trauma, protect the whole groin area. Avoid exposure to harmful chemicals in your environment. Then definitely your age. You can't change your age. You just have to know when to do the right things. Put your health in front of your top priority list so you can be around to take care of your responsibility. Hormonal problems and erectile dysfunction. So these are the things that can directly and indirectly affect your ability to produce sperm. Now, remember, when it comes to infertility, infertility is not a woman-only problem. Infertility can also come from the men. So apart from age, which is the most important factor in starting a family, male factor infertility is actually the second. So about 40% of reason why couples are not starting their family is from male factor infertility. And guess what? If you're in Africa, where they believe that all the problems are from women and all men are perfect, then you might not even know that the problem is coming from you. You must still be in your high places. You must still be very proud. You must still be blaming your woman. Meanwhile, the problem is coming from you. Some of you might still be trying to go and have girlfriends here and there so you can see if you can impregnate them, then you prove your manhood. That's not how it works. The earlier you seek help, the better. So this, in a nutshell, will help you to know where to channel your energy, to improve your possibility and your ability to be a father. So these are the 10 things that if you work on, you can improve your chance of becoming a father. Okay, now, if you have any question, this is an opportunity for you to ask me questions. So you can ask me questions directly before I wrap up. So if you're in attendance, just go ahead and ask your question. Okay, so one of my brothers, Alex, is tuning in. Then Ebenezer is also in the house. So guys, both of you are men, so you can go ahead and ask your questions directly. And from my discussion, do you understand it properly? Ebenezer, do you have any question? Alex, what question do you have for me today? So you can go ahead and ask all your questions, and I will attend to your questions in real time. This is an important topic, and I know why I'm emphasizing on this. I've come across so many good people. The reason why they are not fathers, the reason why they are not mothers today is because they have infertility. It's simply because of knowledge gap. Because whatever you were told, if you don't verify the source of your knowledge, if you believe that's what's happening to you, it's going to affect you. So your knowledge, your attitude, and your practice can influence how soon you can start your family. If you follow this channel, if you imbibe all our teachings, if you pray, if you play, and if you practice, before long, you will join the League of Fathers and Mothers in 2022. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will attend to you immediately. So let me just quickly acknowledge you guys for coming. Thanks for coming. So hopefully, I'm going to be making our time to be interacting with us at least a few hours after my day's activity, and we can all solve our problems together. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Alex. Very good guy, my brother, and my very good guy. Thank you so much for coming. So in the absence of any other question, I'm going to take my leave. Ebenezer, do you have any question? Ebenezer is my graphic guy, amazing guy, doing amazing things in Cyprus. Okay, awesome. Ebenezer, thank you so much. So guys, tune in tomorrow. We're going to look for another important topic. Now, before you go, do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. There are thousands and thousands of important videos which can change your life. What you're looking from a very different and very far place is actually closer to you. So subscribe to this channel, share the channel, tell your friends about Snowspirations. If you're in Facebook, make sure you're in our page, make sure you're in our group, make sure you follow my timeline. If you're my personal friend, then you don't have a problem. If you're on Instagram, we are there. If you need help, we can help you. So whatever you need is provided you. I believe that when God gave us this beautiful structure for our women, this is a testament. This is an evidence that you can be a father. Sorry, you can be a mother. This is for the women. Okay, so regardless of what the problem is, remember, when you wake up in the morning, pray to God. Thank God for everything in every situation. When you're done praying to God, do your own part. Pregnancy cannot happen in a vacuum. Make love to your partner 48 hourly. Now, the more relaxed you are, the earlier you can get pregnant. So many women freak out. So many men freak out. So many men are worried. And when you allow all this tension, when you allow all this stress, it can affect your libido, especially if you're getting old. So work on all this. And before you know it, you're going to get there. How do you subscribe? So Ebenezer is going to take care of that. Ebenezer, can you quickly go to our subscription and copy the link for subscription and drop in our comment section? So we have different packages, because we understand that people are not the same. So different, stroke for different folks. So if you can afford for 1 week, you can come in for 1 week and we can consult you, set you up to get the help you need. If you can afford to come in for 1 month, you can come in for 1 month. We can consult you, make sure we treat you properly, make sure we connect you to where you can get help. If you can afford 3 months, 6 months, so we have different categories. Now, whatever you want to subscribe is going to be based on what you can afford. But make sure at least you come in. Then every month, the last Sunday of every month, we bring out one topic to discuss. This coming month, we're going to talk about ovulation. Everything about ovulation is going to be dissected to the barest minimum so you can understand it. If you understand your ovulation, and by the grace of God, if you ovulate properly, then you're going to be a mother by 2022. Now, the beauty of defeating infertility is the fact that if you are elderly as a woman, which is classified as age above 35, once you break the backbone of infertility, you can actually have multiple pregnancies. So elderly women have a big advantage when it comes to having twins, triplets, and quadruplets. You can have your twins naturally. Any woman can spontaneously become pregnant and have identical twins. But non-identical twins can run in a family. So what do I mean by running in a family? If your mother, if your sister, if anybody from the maternal side has twinning, you can inherit that twinning gene from your mother. Okay? Now, this is a big advantage. And if you also step up and you use the options available to you. So assuming you've tried your best and they told you IVF is the only option you use, you can also achieve multiple pregnancy with IVF. So we've recorded a lot of success story in our group. We've had twins, we've had triplets, we've had quadruplets. I'm believing God that in 2022, we're actually going to have 5 babies at a go. They had 9 in Morocco, so why not? Okay, so thank you so much. Some people are still joining newly. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask so I can wrap it up at 30 minutes. If you have any question, this is open clinic. This is an opportunity to ask me questions directly. If you need help, I can help you. But I can't help you if you don't tell me you need help. The best help I can give you is to subscribe, because there are millions of people that follow me. So when you subscribe, I'm going to have a personal interaction. I'm going to review your case and you're going to have my number directly. And I can also talk to your partner. You see, there are some families that the reason why they are not having kids today is because of the man. There are some men that have refused to go for their seminal fluid analysis. Like imagine a man, imagine your husband smoking, drinking, not exercising, eating the wrong kind of food, not sleeping. Some men stay the whole night looking for money. Now, let me tell you the truth. You can get that money, but guess what? By the time you get that money, you discover you don't have kids. Those money you stress to get, you will not use it and you will be going from one hospital to the other. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So make out time, eat good food, exercise, so that eventually when you become, because you're going to become, you can have time to enjoy the fruit of your labor. But when you wake up in the morning from 5 a.m., you're running all over the place, you're just all over the place, you're messed up, you come back, you don't sleep. Come on, it doesn't make sense. And also take your life serious. I've noticed a trend in our group. Only women are interested in, topics. Even the topics related to men, like today's topic. I was anticipating that all the people that will attend today will be men. But we don't pay attention to what's important to us. Can I thank you so much, my Chief Operating Officer? So let's pay attention and do our own part and let God be God. And if you notice, we love praying. We believe that God is the maker of everything good. So God can, but God cannot work in a vacuum. God cannot make you pregnant if you're not meeting with your partner. God cannot help you to become a mother if you don't yield, if you don't go for help, if you don't go for IUI, if you don't go for adoption, if you don't go for surrogacy. These are all avenues you can use to become a mother or a father. It doesn't matter. There are so many people you see every day. They are very happy. Why? Because they believe that if anything happens to them, someone is going to ask them, how are you faring? The same way you're looking after your parents, your mother, your father, is exactly the same way your kids will look after you when you're old. So if you are 40 now and you don't have a baby, and you're still telling me you're coming, you're going, how old will you be when your child is 10? How will you look at age 60? Who will look after you? Who will even tell you, are you okay? So let's be careful what we want, okay? So thank you so much for coming. Tomorrow we're going to get another important topic and we'll continue the conversation. But please share this channel with everybody you want to help. The best help you can give people is to connect them to where they can get the best. And in Snowspirations, you can get the best every single day. Thank you so much for coming. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.